Get that away from me.
No, it's a matter of
Get that away
choice.
from me.
InfoWars, the most banned network in the world.
Do you agree with that sign up there that says men should shut the F up?
I absolutely do.
Do you think it's okay to tell someone to shut the F up based on their gender?
I don't, but in this scenario, I think a woman should be able to speak for her body, not a man.
Is the baby in the womb her body, though?
It absolutely is.
Even though it has its own unique DNA, it's her body?
Until it's outside of her body, it's hers.
What about the father? I mean, it takes two to make a baby.
Absolutely it does.
So what about babies that would be viable outside the womb? Should those babies...
I'm talking to you. Thank you, though.
Should men shut the F up?
About women's reproductive rights, yes.
You think so? Even though, it takes two people to make a baby.
You know what? We're here to listen to them, not to listen to you. I'm asking you respectfully to leave. Right now, just leave us. Goodbye. Leave. Thank you.
Do you agree with that sign?
And
Do you
you're
agree with the
arguing.
sign?
Which sign?
The sign up there that said men should shut the F up.
About what to do with my body?
Yeah, do you agree with
Absolutely.
that? Yeah, so based on someone's gender, do you think that's okay to discriminate and tell them they don't have a voice?
Well, based on my gender, they're discriminating and saying I don't have a choice
How are they doing that?
by passing the abortion laws and all the other anti-choice garbage crap.
I have a question. Does it require a man to make a baby?
Well, honey, I think that's biology.
It does.
101.
It does, doesn't it? So why should they not have a say in the matter?
Don't argue with the person you're interviewing. That's very unprofessional.
I'm asking you a question.
No, you're arguing.
I'm saying, why should they not have a say?
That's not a question.
It is a question. Why should they not have a say?
Because they don't have a vagina and they don't have a womb.
But when we're talking about the baby in the womb, it's half their DNA.
Yeah, well,
So,
I believe it was voluntarily given in most cases.
your sign says you can't force someone to keep something in their body against their will, right? Who's forcing them to keep a baby in their body when they're the one who goes and engages in the act of reproduction in the first place?
Well, so what you just said gets at the real crux. It's all right. I'll talk to him. But Bernie went on Fox News, so I'll talk to him. I think I agree with all the criticism of them, but there's people listening. Some people will hear us. I know that.
You think they're rational, but they're not rational. So don't.
These ladies are trying to shut down any type of discussion or dialogue.
Trying to fuck with you, actually. It's not about shutting down the
It
conversation.
seems like it.
Go with God.
They're trying to shut down dialogue.
I know what info is. So what was your question?
Well, we were talking about your sign here about how you're saying that you shouldn't force someone to keep something in their body against their will.
I'm trying to listen to the speaker.
Look at this. They literally do not want to let this guy do an interview.
To regulate women's bodies, regulate men's bodies. 100% of unwanted pregnancies are caused by men.
And I don't see big parades of men out here with signs that say women should shut the F up. Who's the one being sexist out here?
We're here over here.
If you guys are telling men based on their sex, they should shut the F up.
100% of unwanted pregnancies are caused by men.
Yeah, so why should they not have a say?
Twist your words.
Why should they not have a say?
They should have a say. They should take their business and keep it to themselves. They should have their testicles regulated. Why not? If women are regulated, then why shouldn't men be regulated?
No one's forcing women to engage in the act of reproduction. And then in the instance of rape, that's a very minute portion of the people that are engaging in abortion procedures.
Well,
it's a very small
with
portion.
these laws,
it's tiny. 60 million babies have been killed, aborted, snuffed out since Roe versus Wade.
What about countries like the Netherlands, where birth control and abortion are legal, and there are 0 almost % of abortions because women's bodies aren't regulated and birth control is available. And
We're
sex
talking about
education
America right here,
is-
and the laws that we have in America right now make it so that women can have abortions, and even in some states, up until the 3rd trimester, up until the baby's about to be born.
What about after those babies, those unwanted babies are born? Who's taking care of them? Nobody. So if you say that you respect life, then you should make sure that every baby has everything it needs.
So do you think adopted children or foster children shouldn't have a right to live?
Oh, sure. And look at
Do you think their life is worth less because of their parents' financial situation?
I do not. I think every child is important, and I think all children that are born should be born wanted, and I think that children that are unsupported by our system should be taken care of, and that
So
is
what
not-
about the children in the womb that can't speak for
They aren't
themselves?
children yet.
When are they children?
When they breathe.
When they take their first breath. You really believe that?
That's actually Jewish law.
You really believe
It's
that?
also in the Bible. It's lots of different religions say that.
So what about science? What about medical science that we now have where we can see ultrasounds? We can watch babies in the womb with 3D ultrasounds, blinking, sucking on their hands, smiling. They're obviously living.
Those children are not 6 weeks old.
No, you said up until they take their first breath. That could be the day before their full term. That could be the day before they're naturally
Nobody's
born.
going to abort a child that's full term.
They are, and it has happened. It has been happening.
really
In
interesting
yes,
speaking
it
going on
has
here.
been
If you'd rather
happening.
Maybe we
that,
should
you
listen
can
to
just-
that.
New York just changed the law so women can do that.
No, they didn't. Do you want to waste your time with this? Would you rather hear the
You're right.
speakers?
You guys don't listen.
So even a baby that's, let's say, 20
it's not.
weeks in the womb, has all its fingers, all its
Count to
toes,
20, yes. 20
its eyes,
toes.
starts to grow hair,
They'll do
it
this all
sucks
day.
its thumb,
It's perfectly okay
that
to
baby
say,
in the womb should be able to be torn to bits and killed.
Until you're taking care of the babies after they're born, don't talk to me.
So it's okay to kill them in the womb. Somehow we're the bad guys because we don't want to kill babies in the womb. And somehow babies that are born into adoption or foster care, somehow their lives are not worth being protected because of their parents' financial situation. They had a big sign that said men should shut the F up, and they were all cheering and applauding it. Do you think that that's okay to say that?
I don't know. No comment.
Isn't that discrimination against someone based on their gender? What about the instances where it's not a medical emergency and the woman's life isn't in danger?
What business is it of yours?
Well, the business of slaughtering unborn babies should be a
What
society.
business is it of yours?
I guess that's kind of what they might have said amongst each other in Germany when Jewish people were being killed in the concentration
really? You
camps.
care about
What
that?
business is it of
You care
yours?
about that?
Oh, yes, I do, ma'am.
Oh, really?
I
and
do.
You work for InfoWars and you care about that?
I do.
You work for Alex Jones and you care about that?
Yes, I do,
Oh
ma'am.
my
100%.
God, that is such an anachronism.
She cares about how he mistreated his ex-wife and his kids. That's what she cares about. She cares about those kids, right?
I definitely care about the people that were killed in the Holocaust, and
That's
60
beautiful.
million people
Good for you, baby.
now being aborted in our country after Roe versus Wade. Do
So-
you care about that?
Do you think that one fetus is worth the life of one person?
Most cases, 99.9% of cases, the mom's life is not in danger. And in medical emergency situations, they can perform an emergency C-section and try their best to save the baby's life.
Section, and I was in labor for 46 hours. I know what that's like, right? Yeah. It's not preferred. It's not healthy for the baby. It's not healthy for the mother. Did you know that we have the highest infant and mother mortality rate in any civilized country in the Western Hemisphere?
And an emergency C-section is not an abortion. So no one's saying you can't have an emergency
I
C-section.
didn't say that. I said, did you know that the United States, of all the developed countries in the world, has the highest mother and mortality rate?
Well, that's an issue of medical care and whether you're advocating for better medical care for women, which I would say, yeah, we should have better medical care for women. But I'm asking people out here how you justify taking the life of an unborn baby in the womb that's not your body.
I'm sorry, it's not your body?
It's not your body. If you can kill it, stop its heartbeat, take it out of you, and be perfectly fine, it's not your body.
Is your microbiome your body?
So you're equating a baby in the womb to that of bacteria.
Is your microbiome your body?
If it has your DNA, then yes.
It doesn't have your DNA. In fact, you have its DNA. 99% of your DNA is the DNA of your microbiome.
Okay, well, if you could test someone's microbiome and say that that has that person's DNA, then it's your body. But the problem is these unborn babies in the womb, they have their own microbiomes. They have their own DNA sequence.
No, they don't.
They do.
They don't have their microbiome. The mother gives it the microbiome as it passes through the vaginal canal.
And why would the mother need to do that unless it's a separate being?
It's not a being, actually, until it has a microbiome.
So what you're saying, until it makes its first poop?
I'm saying that a human being can't live without a microbiome.
Okay, so until the baby makes its first poop, it's not a human? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that it doesn't have the microbiome of the mother until it passes through the vaginal canal.
And what about C-section babies?
That's a problem. My son suffered a lot of health issues because he was born C-section and we didn't know enough to swab him with the vaginal microbiota.
So does your son not have equal right to life as a baby that was vaginally born?
I would hope so.
Okay, so you just said that your argument was based on whether or not a baby has microbiome, that is whether or not it has a life, is a human, is a person, and has a right to live. So how is...
I'm not sure I follow your question.
You just argued that a baby has to have a microbiome
No, you asked me
to
about
then
my
be
son.
considered a human, a being, a person.
I'm sorry, I didn't follow your question because we were talking about my son.
Yeah, you were arguing that in order for an unborn baby to be considered a human, a being, a person, they have to have a microbiome. And then we talked about C-section babies.
Right.
Do C-section babies count? They don't have the microbiome, you just said, from the vaginal flora, so do they not have equal right to life as a baby that was born vaginally?
Well, like I said, I would hope so.
Because a C-section baby doesn't have that microbiome yet.
So you're saying that C-section babies aren't human?
No, I'm asking if you're saying that unborn babies in the womb aren't human.
We're not talking about unborn babies.
Why don't you guys just admit that yes, these are unborn babies, these are humans, but we think that we should have the right to kill them out of convenience?
No.
Because that seems to be what the real issue is here. No, you guys want to skirt around that it's a real human.
That's not the issue.
So how is it not a human?
Counter everything you say. Everything you say,
of
she will
course,
counter.
of course.
They're not interested in information.
All right.
They want to harass. That's interesting.
No, we want the truth.
No, you don't.
We want the truth.
We do. You want to harass.
What is the truth?
Respect me.
Why should?
Can you respect me?
Why
Can
should?
You respect me?
Can you respect unborn babies in the womb?
I don't respect this right here. I've heard everything they've had to say.
Can you respect babies' rights to live?
You are here to challenge what we as women want to say.
And you can hold a stance that you so firmly believe in that you'd be willing to take the life of babies, but you can't be challenged on that?
Yeah, keep it down. And do you notice I'm trying really hard to keep my voice down?
So you don't want to be challenged on your beliefs.
People have never learned.
Nobody's allowed to ask questions. Is that what you're saying?
Never learned to respect people that have anything to do. Move that back. Move it back. Move it away from my space. Thank you very much.
So no one's allowed to ask questions out here.
You can keep
no one's allowed to ask questions. So you came up to me and interrupted my interview, and you're trying to act like I'm sticking a microphone in your face when you came up and interrupted me, ma'am. Okay? So no one's allowed to ask questions. Is that what you're saying? No one's allowed to. Okay, she's just trying to interrupt me interviewing people and asking questions because she doesn't like that people don't know how to answer questions.
Women alone. Respect.
Leave women alone. I'm a woman. Leave me alone. I'm a woman. Leave women alone. Leave me alone. Leave women alone. Leave women alone. Leave women alone. She's saying, leave women alone. I'm a woman. Leave women alone.
Listen to these faces. You know, we are elders.
Yes.
No respect. Would you like to
I'm asking you a question why you support abortion. I'm asking you a question why you support abortion. Go ahead. Find out where my mother lives.
Talk to us.
Am I not a woman unless I support abortion? That's what I wonder. She said leave women alone, as though I'm not a woman as well. Am I not a woman if I don't support abortion?
But anyway, I want to ask you something.
And don't answer after she
Don't tell me how to talk. Don't tell me how to talk, okay? I think I know full well how to talk.
Yeah, because again, why?
So, why do you support abortion?
I do not support what you would call abortion. I support choice, women's choice. It has nothing to do. If I personally needed an abortion and whatever, I probably would have never in my lifetime have had it. Oh my God, are they going to put this on freaking InfoWars? Shoot.
Don't talk to her.
It's all about pro-choice.
Choice for what?
To get one or not get one, whatever I feel like doing with my body. And that's the way, that's what you people don't get who, never mind.
Choice to become impregnated or choice to have an abortion?
Don't talk to her. Talk to me. I have very complicated pregnancies. Get that away from me.
No, it's a matter of
Get that away
choice.
from me.
You guys are coming up to me.
No,
you just came up to me.
No,
Okay.
I did go up to you. You're
did.
absolutely right.
She did, but I
But
didn't.
it's because it's all about the choice. It's all about the choice. It's not about the abortion. It's not about any of that. It's about the choice.
Do you think that someone else should have a choice? Someone else should have a choice whether or not you live or die? Do you think someone else should have a choice whether or not you live or die?
We all know the importance of fish oils. While we are sure to provide them for ourselves, it's just as important to make sure your kids get their EPA and DHA too. Honor Roll is a powerful DHA fish oil formula for your child. Built from the ground up to support your child's development, this formula uses wild anchovy fish oil, ultra-purified krill oil, and wild salmon fish oil with vitamins to boost your child's mind and body. With this fish oil formula, you can support your child's optimal heart, joint, cognitive, and brain health while providing DHA, which has been shown to be essential for your child's brain growth spurts. Built on powerful ingredients with 580 milligrams of high DHA omega-3s, this formula is highly refined to eliminate nearly all heavy metals. If you're looking for a formula to help your child grow, look no further. Try Honor Roll from InfoWars Life at InfoWarsStore.com.